Hello, ho ho ho, and happy holidays. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would do my favorites, my very favorite products, makeup products from the drugstore for 2023. Now, this was a whole year long project, and a couple of these got in nearer the end, but I have been using these and loving these, and there's a couple of old school favorites thrown in here just to throw a curveball in there. I just don't think that because something was released in that same year that we should only look at those products, because my favorite products of the year include a lot of older things as well. And so since money's tight for some people, including me actually, I'm always looking for a bargain. So drugstore makeup is my favorite category, and so if I can find something that does a great job just as well as some high-end luxury product, then why not? Then I can buy more other things with my money, like rent and gasoline for the car and that kind of thing. So I just a quick note here. I just sent out my holiday letter in my Christmas cards. I just want to show you. I did instead of 4 separate pages or 2 double-sided pages, I did this, which you put 1 page here, 1 page here, 1 page here, 1 page here. For printing costs, it cuts it, in half, and you can still read. The font is still like a 10 font. I start with a 12. It goes down to like a 10 for the reduction. But I think it's a great way to, do those. If you do that Christmas letter thing, I still do. So I just fold it and then fold it in fourths. So just my little holiday helpful hint there. They were pretty helpful at the Staples where I got them printed because I was clueless and I kept making double-sided long big pages, and that's not necessary in a holiday letter to do that. I put a lot of photos. I mean, you can see I have a ton of photos in my letter, so each page has like a gazillion pictures. And I just like, I ramble on and yak away in my videos. I do the same thing in written form. So it's kind of a personal journaling I do every year. And I throw it on my friends and family, and they don't like it, oh well. But it also updates them to my newest address, newest phone number, which changed this year. And yeah, anything new going on with me. So, okay, let's start. All right. First of all, I do like to prime everything before I start doing makeup. And what I do is, in part of my skincare routine, I make sure I'm well moisturized. I have castor oil on my face now. That's a new part of my my skincare routine. I make sure that's settled in, and everything's absorbed pretty well for a good half an hour before I come and sit down at the makeup table. So once I get here, I do like to do my lips, and there's 2 different types of Lucas Paw. There's the tinted, which is really nice. It's got a slight, almost a peachy tint to it. That's kind of a one and done. You can put that on and not use a lipstick if you wish. Or just the plain, but I do like to do my lips first, make sure everything is saturated with moisturizer, because I have very dry lips and I have chapped lips, and I'm always biting my lips. I just, do that. Really bad personal habit there. Okay, now in eye primers, and I always wear eye primer. I don't use concealer as an eye primer. I find that it goes into the creases. Even though it covers the darker discolorations on my lids, it goes into the creases, and it'll make my eyeshadow look streaky and liney and not blend correctly. So I don't use concealers. There are 2 here. There would have been only 1, but not everybody has access to the store that sells that one, so I wanted to give an option. So I'll actually start with that. It's the Believe Beauty, and that is from Dollar General store. This is the Perfect Eye Primer. Let's see if I have a dark spot I can show you on. Well, let's just do it here. It's got some pigment to it, so it does cover some of the, you know, veins and discolorations in your lid. It also does not crease, which is nice. And it's like under $5, I think. So the eye primer from Believe Beauty, you can find that in Dollar General stores. I don't think you can get Believe Beauty online. I can check. If I find a link for it, I will put it below. But basically, it's a Dollar General store, and Believe Beauty is kind of their house brand, I guess you could say. So I really do like that. The alternate eye primer, I meant to tell you, is called Thank Me Later from Elizabeth Mott. You can get this on Amazon.com. And this is it's a little thicker than the other one. It doesn't have that pigmentation to cover darkness, but it works really well at holding your eyeshadow on for the day. So Thank Me Later from Elizabeth Mott. It is an Amazon product, so that is the alternative to the Believe Beauty in the Dollar General store, because a lot of people don't have Dollar Generals nearby or in their country, so you can get this on Amazon. For face primers, because the castor oil does such a good job at moisturizing my face, I really just add a little bit of something just to kind of fill in any extra little lines or that sort of thing, and add a little bit of glow to my face. And this is the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows. This is a Burt's Bees product. It is like a glowy moisturizer, more so than a primer. When you put it on, your skin looks very, very glowy and moisturized. You look healthy, which is what I think the goal should be, to be healthy. I mean, yeah. And I tend to let that set in while I, you know, kind of get together the colors I'm going to use for the day or whatever. I wanted to talk about color correctors and density adjusters, or basically lightness and darkness adjusters. LA Girl has the Pro Conceal line in, these are different colors, and I couldn't find the blue in a smaller size, so I got the blue in the e.l.f., which is nice. One thing that's curious about these is they have a brush tip, and I don't like to use a brush tip directly on my face, and it's very awkward to use it you know, with any kind of a thing. So what I do is I cut the brushes off, and I just put a little on a plate. You can use a little salad plate or a teacup plate, whatever you have at home. You don't have to buy something special, fancy. But when you do that, you can put a blob of your makeup here, and then you can dip it in with your brush or your sponge, and you can custom. You're not, you know, sticking this thing on your face and making a blue line that you have to try to blend out, and it may not work out that well. But if you put this in here, you can tap it in with a small brush or with a sponge. So I really love these. These are the LA Girl color correctors, and the white one is to lighten a foundation that maybe you used it in the summer and it's way too dark. You would just put a little bit of this down on the tray. Again, I took the brush off. I didn't like the brush. You just put a little on the tray there and mix a little bit of your too dark foundation with it. It will lighten it up without changing the formulation of your foundation. So I think green, kind of a peachy color, and a light color are good. I did get a deeper toned, which is more like, this is more considered like a concealer for somebody with deeper skin tone, but I think it's nice for deepening up a shade that you got. Maybe it was on sale or something, they only had a lighter shade. You can deepen it up by putting a little blob of this deeper shade in and mixing your foundation with it. But color correctors, to me, they started to really come in vogue this year. I noticed other people talking about them, and I've always had this kind of thing in my my collection, and they didn't have a small blue one in these tubes, so I got the e.l.f., and the e.l.f. Has an applicator, which I'm not as keen on, but you can put some on. Again, always put it on the tray. I don't think you should put things from the tube directly onto your face. I always think you should put it on a tray or a plate and then dip in it and work that way. And that's what they said in the the school that I was attending, the online makeup academy. And they said don't put things directly from the tube on people's faces, because it's harder to blend it. It's also not as hygienic, and I really prefer to have this, because then I can refer to that and just pick up the amount I need, not the amount that I happen to blob out of the tube. So that one works really well. For concealers, I don't know if you're going to be surprised or not, but drugstore concealers, this is my absolute favorite, and I think it may have won last year, I don't know, but it is the Revlon Color Stay Skin Awaken. This is a caffeine and vitamin C 5-in-1 concealer. I have shade number 5. This is supposed to be a 24-hour concealer. This has that kind of yucky sponge tip like the Maybelline has. This blends out like a dream under my very, very textured eyes. A little goes a long way, so again, you want to take the blob and stick it here. When you stick it there, you're not putting it in your face, and I know they have the brush on there so it can blend in, but you don't want to do that and then stick it back in this cap with that moisture in your eye, yuck and bacteria, and then have it grow bacteria. And you don't know, and you go in there and you're sticking it up near your eyes too. We're going right up in there in the corner of our eyes. So you could be causing an eye infection by using this directly onto your skin. So using it like this, and you can also just dab a little bit at a time and build it up if you need to, and you can use it on blemishes or whatever with sponge or a Q-tip or a small brush, whatever you normally use for your concealer. So this is just a fabulous concealer, especially I'm 65, I'm going to be 66 in 2 months, and I have a lot of under eye wrinkles, and this just does not settle into them. I love it. I think it's a wonderful concealer, and it's from Revlon. Let's go into skin tints. Drugstore skin tints. I had tried this when it came out a few years ago, and because I did not practice good skincare practices, I blamed the product for not being good enough. But it's the Wet n Wild. This is the tinted hydrator, and this again, pour it here. This is a beautiful light tint. If you just want a little bit of an evening out, you don't have anything major discolorations or anything to your skin, just a little bit of light evening out, this works so nicely. I put it on with my fingers and then I tap it, or you can put it on with like a fiber brush, tapping it again, and then I like to tap it with either a tissue or my fingers just to set it in. And then I look under my 8x mirror and just check and see, if anything's not blended in correctly. So, but it's a wonderful foundation substitute, really. It is a tinted hydrator, so it's basically a tinted moisturizer. What they now are calling skin tints, which are very, very popular right now. And I'm kind of glad, because I don't like a lot of heavy, like Estee Lauder double wear kind of a feeling on my skin. And this is very light and it's very inexpensive. I think you can get it for under $10. And that's very unusual for the drugstore, because right now the drugstore is like $20 for things, which I'm like, oh my God. Oh, really? The drugstore? They're like Sephora pricing, I'm like, so this is still reasonable. You can find this in any of the local drugstores in the US and possibly Canada, I think, has Wet n Wild as well. In Europe and Australia, places like that, you may have to go onto Amazon for this, or I think you have like your own resource site that you go to that gets American products. So really, really good. Wet n Wild tinted hydrator. I have the shade medium light, and it's perfect for me. For BB creams, the Misha, and I have the number 23, which is a little deep. I was using it in the summer because that's when you generally will need to use a BB cream. And it's a little gray, it's a little deep, and that's when you can use, you know, your lightener. You can use one of the brighter shades to lighten it up. You may want to warm it up with the peachy shade. So, I mean, again, those color correctors can really make a difference in preserving the foundations you have so it doesn't waste them. Because I'm going to have to wait till next summer when I get a tan to use this. It might go bad before then. This is a way you can use your foundations all year long by color correcting them to your own skin. And you'll feel really important once you do it too. Like, I'm talented, you know. I did this science stuff, you know. So, Misha, this is the Perfect Cover BB cream. I have shade 23. Shade 21 is pretty much the white girl shade. This doesn't have a huge range of colors. This is made in like the Korean market, and I think the folks there don't have really deep dark skin as a general population, so they don't cater to the deeper skin tones, which in America is a problem, and in Europe is a problem, because we have a lot of people who have deeper than fish belly white skin tones. I don't know. I don't know how to get around it. It's a great product for me. I just wish they had more shades in this. For foundations, I have a tie here, and I don't know, should I count this in this thing that advertises before every single person's YouTube video? Should I discuss? Yeah, let me discuss this for a minute. Il Makiage, that shows these women, you know, putting on, and the presentation is so nice. Look at that presentation. And it came within 3 days. It's got that black, you know, shredded paper stuff. It's a very nice box, a little saying in there about how wonderful they are. And they give you a brush. This is the brush that the ladies on the ads use when they go, ooh, you know, it's like, it's a very dense brush. It had a couple of stray poor animal hairs sticking up out of it when I opened mine. And then the makeup itself, let me just pull it out. And this is the makeup itself. It's got a pump, it's a glass jar, it feels high quality. I tried this 4 or 5 years ago when it was first like harped onto YouTube. And I said, oh, it sounds like a great foundation, I'll try it. And it was terrible. It was terrible. And so now they keep doing it before my video. I noticed I was seeing this Il Makiage, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try it again because I'm doing better skincare now, and maybe that makes the difference in how this looks. So this arrived in 3 days, and I got to tell you, I did the little test they have. They say, take the test now to see what your shade is. And I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, this ought to be interesting. And my shade is 35. I woke up like this. And it's a perfect match. Oh my gosh, it's a perfect match. Let me just see if I can do this. It's a perfect match for my skin. Absolutely blew me away that it was a perfect match for my skin. They charge us $6.27 to ship it, and they give you the free brush. You get 14 days to decide if you want to keep it or not, if you like it or not. And if you do, then they'll replenish it every 3 months or every 4 months, whatever you decide. I didn't like that part at all. I mean, who wants to have a foundation just sent to them every 3 months? I mean, that was bad. That's new too, and I tell you, it's very, very tricky. It's almost like you can't order it unless you get into the every 4 months thing. And so I picked 4 months, and when I got it, I tried it with this brush and it was very streaky and dry, and when it dried down, it just accentuated all my dry skin, and I thought, oh, this is terrible. So I thought, well, maybe it's this brush, and maybe this should go on with a sponge. So I tapped it in with the sponge, and I tell you, it looks 100%. I've got it on today. It looks 100% better when you use a damp sponge and you tap it in that way. But it uses a lot. It seems to take like 2 full pumps to do your face. And then if you want to build up any of the areas that you have discoloration or damage or whatever, it takes 2 more. So, final analysis of this: if you have normal skin to oily skin, you're going to love this. If you have mature skin, maybe not so much, because when it dries down, it looks a little bit like sand on your face, just a little bit like sand. And it does, if you have, like I have in this area and in this area, and wiping my eyes, you know, from the weather and sneezing and things like that. I don't know if that's why it showed the dry skin. It just grabbed onto the edges of all my little dry skin. Now, I exfoliate 3 times a week my face, so I don't really have a lot of excess skin, but this looked a lot better than it did the last time I tried it, but it's still not the best foundation in the world. But I said, well, you know what, I'm going to return it. I don't really think it's going to stay in my collection. I'm not going to reach for this because of this business, you know, grabbing onto the dry patches. So I had like a email from them saying, no problem on a return, we won't charge you any more money. And I thought, well, they're going to give me a shipping label, right? And they didn't. They said, you just keep the product. We will not charge you any more money. We will not send you any more. We do need to know, though, why you didn't like it. And so I'm going to go into the dry patch thing and, you know, how I tried it different ways and all that. I'm going to be fair with them because they were a class act to offer the return that way. So initially, I get to keep this, and I get to keep this brush, which I thought was kind of nice. Now, I would use this brush for maybe a blush or a contour. I don't think I would use it for foundation because it did seem to be streaky. And when I tried to punch it, you know, punch it rather than swoosh it, it worked a little bit better, but I don't know. And it feels like some kind of animal hair, which, you know, I'm not really into that. So in Makiage, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it an 8. So it was good. It's like normally $44. If you opt into that sending you every 4 months thing, I think it goes down to like $36. So I'm just going to mention it did not make it into my favorites of the year for my high-end or luxury brand, but I just thought I would bring it up just because it's probably being advertised before this video or after this video. Just so you know, it did look nice. They matched my color exactly by the little test. They show you 2 people and they say, which one is your skin closer to? And you pick the one, and then they go, okay, well now how about this one? Which one matches your skin better? And they determine your undertone, everything. They're really, that was really impressive. So 35 was my color. It's a perfect neutral light shade, and it's called I Woke Up This Way. So, Il Makiage, you know, I have to say that was a class act, and I'm impressed. I am impressed. Even the box, you know, everything's classy, but I think it costs more for the packaging and the PR and everything than the actual product itself. I think you can find this product somewhere else cheaper, but yeah, okay. I'll let you know if anything happens afterwards, like if they do send me another one and charge me for it or anything like that. I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated on it. But this was very impressive. Again, Believe Beauty. This is, I guess it doesn't matter which one of the nude shades you pick because they're all the same. This is Ivory. It looks the same as Rose Beige, as Sand Beige, as Buff Beige. It looks like all these shades look pretty much the same. But this goes on like a high-end foundation. It's got a pump. It's like $5.99. I mean, really? Yeah, this is a beautiful foundation. I don't know where they're getting this one made, but I think they really, they got something here. This is nice. It smells like oatmeal. Yeah, it smells like oatmeal. And, you know, it's hard to get the shade. Even as a fish belly white girl, it's hard to get the right shade. This is a little bit light for me. They didn't have one of them, I think buff beige or something like that, or real beige or something. I think was closer to my fish belly white skin tone. But this one is nice. It dries down to a natural finish. This is a beautiful, beautiful foundation, and it's so inexpensive. If you have a Dollar General near you, try this Believe foundation. Now, I put it on with a sponge. I tap it on with a sponge, and I then press it in with my fingers. I press it into like little lines, you know, my St. Bernard gel lines here, and in here where I have the crack of doom. And, you know, around the nose area, I always have to punch it in because it looks like I have some, like, you know, deposits here in my nose if I don't press that in. So up here in my 11s, which are becoming 111s, or 1111s, I think, and up in here. And it looks good. So Believe Beauty, it's at the Dollar General. There is an alternative here that I love as much. And this is definitely, because of the price point, this is so worth it. Worth checking out. And again, once you find your color, you know, it's golden once you find your color. But that's a little bit harder than it seems. So my number one pick from the drugstore, that's not the Dollar General, is this one. And it is Neutrogena's Healthy Glow Anti-Aging Perfector. And this is, I don't know if it's marketed as a foundation. I think it's a foundation alternative. I have two shades. I have a summer and a winter shade. I have 20 and 30. And 20 is perfect shade for me right now. It blends right in. 30 is a little bit deeper and it oxidizes, or actually a clever Sephora lady told me once, it turns to the shade it's supposed to be. It turns to the shade it's supposed to be, which is about a half shade darker than when you put it on. It'll go up about a half shade darker than that, but that's the shade it's supposed to be. This one for some reason does not do that. It stays the same, so that must be the shade it's supposed to be. So this is Neutrogena. You can find this, usually they're way low in the Neutrogena display. They're way down at the bottom like this. Just look for the word Healthy Glow Perfector, and there's like a little dot showing you the colors. There's a good range of colors here, maybe 8 to 10, and they're very forgiving colors. So this would hit 20, I think is the lightest. I'm not sure if there's a 10 or not. I think 20 is the lightest. So this goes up to a darker light, and then this one takes it from medium light to medium. So 20 and 30 I have in this Neutrogena Healthy Glow Anti-Aging Perfector. So this is a great foundation from the drugstore, although it's a little pricey. I think it was like 18 bucks or something. And you know, if you go into different cities, like if you go into like a real kind of ghetto area, you will find that the pricing is a little lower. And if you go into like a real high-end area, sometimes you will find it 50 cents higher. So you look around to a couple different CVS. I get mine at CVS because I get their extra bucks and things like that. And I got extra bucks for buying this. I think I got $4 in extra bucks. So I love those programs, those kinds of programs. So Neutrogena is my top foundation for the face. It's just beautiful. It's a lovely, it has coverage. It's not over the top though, so you can get a very light, just an evening out of the skin tone, or you can build it up to like a medium coverage. But it's like a sheer coverage to start, and then you can build it up. But this is the perfect, it's very hydrating, so your skin doesn't look dried out and it doesn't look old. It doesn't, you know, exaggerate your wrinkles or anything. And I've got a lot of wrinkles. So, yeah, I just love this. Wonderful. For powders, what did I try new this year? I think the Brighten Up I tried new this year. This is the pressed powder, and this is a slightly light, it's almost like a banana powder. But this works so nicely setting under the eye, or even setting above the eye. When you have your eye primer on, you want to set your eye primer down a little bit. This Brighten Up from Essence is a really delicious one, and this is shade 10. This is Baba Banana. So it's kind of a slight warm, but it doesn't come off as being yellow at all. It's just brightening. It's just brightening. It's not yellow, but it is Baba Banana, number 10, in the powder Brighten Up from Essence. For regular powder, like all over the face kind of stuff, I use the loose Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent. They also have a banana powder. I mean, and you know, in the, just do that. It's wonderful. In the CVS, they have these kits that are like their holiday kits, and I don't know where Wet n Wild gets it, but they get their old formulation stuff and they market like 3 together for $4.99. But they have one of these, and they have the glowing one too, the disco one. I think it's called Disco, or you know, Hustle On or something. It's some kind of dancing expression, and it's got a little bit of glow to it. Plus you get like a liquid glow, and you get like a lipstick or a pencil or something. I think those kits that are $4.99 are pretty good. Now they've got old school leftover eyeshadow palettes in them though, which makes me very leery, because I don't know how old they are, how long they've been in the warehouse, and if they're just going to do that to get rid of them, because they're not making new ones. As far as I know, they're making all their new palettes in those new formats. So these older ones that are in those $4.99 kits, I think they're just kind of get rid of old products. So I didn't buy any of those this year. And they had one that had I think it had 6 lipsticks in it for $4.99, but I'll talk about those later, because I've got some things in my collection that will surprise you. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Loose Powder is fabulous for all around setting. At the end of your makeup routine, if you want to have a slightly glowy, you know, pull it all together thing that you would use maybe a large brush, maybe just to meld everything together so it looks all cohesive and there's a little bit of glow to it. This is the Halo Glow from e.l.f. This is a wonderful powder. Now e.l.f. is very tricky. They don't give you much product for the price. The prices are very low, but they don't give you much product. And I noticed that with some of their packaging. I remember their under eye powder used to be in this tiny little jar, and it had maybe a half teaspoon in it. You know, it would run out. It's one of the few things I used to run out of. So e.l.f. is a little sneaky that way. I don't like that aspect. And this is only down here, about 1/3 of the way up, and it's a brand new package. So yeah, I do like it for what it does, and it's like a high-end product for a very, very minuscule price. I don't use a lot of this, and I don't use it on a regular basis. If I'm going out or it's the evening or something like that, I will use this, but during work day or whatever, I don't need to use this. So face color products, I should say. For cream contour, I use this Revolution Beauty, and this is the light shade. This is the Ultra Cream bronzer. And I've heard people say, well, it's too pigmented for them. And what I do is I just use a finger, and I just put a little bit here in the corner towards my ear, and I build it out just a little bit. And then where I need that contour down here, again, I use my finger for total control and placement. I don't use a brush with it, because I think a brush can absorb a lot of it and put too much on your skin at once. And you can also use it up in this area. It's a beautiful bronzer. It's more of a contour shade. I think it's a deeper, more grayish tone, so you can use it to contour, or what we used to call drape remember draping your blush. Used to have a darker shade here and a lighter shade here, and a lot of blushes came with the two shades, so you could do that. You know, you would drape your blush back in the 80s. But this is nice, and it's so inexpensive, and I'm not a big fan of Revolution as a company. I think there's some little sneaky things going on there with them, but I really do like this blush. This is the light color one. And for powder bronzer, I do love this Milani one. This is, and this is a new one for me, because I mean, it's a replacement one, because I had an old one that I hit pan on, and I didn't know how old it was. I think it was a couple of years old. Bad. So you can use this, you know, maybe with a light touch. You know, this is a wonderful, I think it's number 2, Sunlight or Sunbeam. What is this? Oh, let's see. Sun Kissed, number 2. The number 1 is a little bit light and a little bit too warm, I think. This one seems to be really, really pretty. Yeah, I messed up my hair here. Okay. This one is really nice. I think the number 2 is kind of a really nice medium to light shade bronzer. So it's perfect. It's matte, so it doesn't add more unnecessary glow to your face. It looks a little more like natural glow rather than something you painted on your face. So this Milani Sun Kissed is absolutely wonderful as a powder bronzer. For blush, this is new this year, finally. I've got a new one. This is the Pure Nude blush, and this one is, they have only like 4 or 5 shades in this, and this one is the Bold Heart shade number 4. This is like a baked Italian blush. Absolutely fabulous. I got a match here, so let me just put this on. This works nicely here, and I also can use it in my 10 and 2 area as a color thing. It kind of makes the whole face flow together. This is beautiful. There's a lot in here. It's a baked blush, which means it started its life as a liquid, and it was baked on a tile in an Italian oven till the moisture was boiled out of it, basically steamed out of it, and this is the remaining powder, and it's just so rich and so creamy and very inexpensive. I mean, Essence is one of the most inexpensive brands in the drugstore, but less money spent doesn't always mean it's the worst product. I think it's a really good quality, and it beat out my other drugstore blushes. So that was nice, and that is the Pure Nude blushes from Essence. Now they also won, this is an old school favorite. This is it's a very subtle glow. You're not going to get that green stripe that makes women look really, really stupid. I mean, when you see some of these women with these kind of pinky blue, greenish stripes, the ones that, you know, they get, oh, you can see it from space. And I'm like, I don't want to see it from space. I don't want people seeing me from space with a green stripe on my face. Because first of all, it looks very obvious, and it's very, like, I'm trying like a little too hard to look special, you know. I don't want to be like Mitzi at the carnival with the shopping cart, you know. So this is just the Be My Highlight number 10. This is the Pure Nude highlighter from Essence. This is one in the past several times, several years. Now this marks my 10th year. 2023 is my 10th year on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, or if you did subscribe in the past, sometimes they unsubscribed a lot of people from my channel. It was during the time when people were buying subscribers. They would pay a set amount of money, and this company hired people to subscribe to the channel so that the people's numbers would go up. And this is why the numbers don't mean anything to me. But when you actually do watch my channel, and subscribe. I mean, I'd love it if you could subscribe. It really does help me out a lot, and it comes up in the referrals when you ask for a, you know, Best of Beauty 2023. I may come up in the first 25 or 50 people rather than the back end 200, you know, where you'd miss me. So that's where it makes a difference for me. It's not about money, it's not about anything else, it's about exposure. And they unsubscribed, I don't know, it was over 300 people in one day. And what their theory was is when they unsubscribe these people, if they're real viewers, they'll resubscribe. So a lot of you don't even know you've been unsubscribed. So if you could just have a look, if you think you might be subscribed to me and you're not, please subscribe. And you know, if you got mad at me at some point during these 10 years, please forgive me. Please forgive me, come back. I've turned into a nicer person, a kinder, gentler person in my old age. Okay, so that is the Essence Nude. And now this is another category. I had to add it in because it's special. This is palettes for the face. And this one, again, it's Revolution. I think it's in the Relove, I don't know. But this is the blush palette, and I think this one is called Sweet. I like both of these products, the blush and the highlighter, especially the highlighter. It's such a pretty kind of a golden shade. And again, it's kind of subtle. It's there, but you don't get the garish green line. And this blush is it's a light shade. It's just like daytime work shade. I use this palette a lot. In fact, it's got quite a divot in it from it. Now there's no mirror, but this is, I think it's like $3. It was like $3, and you've got two really good products in here. And it's Revolution, the Duo blush and highlighter called Blushed. And there are, I think, 3 or 4 that were in. I found mine, I think, at Walmart of all places. So if you see this, it definitely is nice. I especially like this particular version called Sweet because I like both the blush and the highlighter in it. The other one is fairly new, and I was debating whether to put it in here because it's so new to me, but I've been using it since I found it, and I use different colors in it. This is the Peachy Blossom Cheek Palette from Essence, but look at this. You've got a mirror on this side, and you've got these 2 highlighters and 3 blushes, and I think this was like $5.99 or some god-awful low price. I'm like, really? But what I really love about this palette is that it's got a kind of a pinky shade, kind of a brownish neutral shade, kind of an orange coral shade, and then it's got a gold and a pinky cooler tone highlight. So it covers a broad range of skin types and tones, and I dip into all 3 of these. They're all good blushes, and I just think this is such a great deal, the Peachy Blossom one. And I don't know if this is, I think that's just the name of it, Peachy Blossom. But I happened to find it, there was only one left. It was still sealed, so I knew I wasn't going to find somebody's gnarly fingerprint in it. And that's nice. It's a blush and highlighter palette from Essence. Again, Essence. For a setting spray, this is new to me this year. This is a micro fine mist. Now, when you spray some of these things, you know, they're like, it's like a fire hose, you know. Well, this one, oh my gosh, it's this tiny little, almost looks like air, looks like smoke. And this holds your makeup on. Woo! Your face makeup's not going to move. And it's a micro mist, so you don't get those big droplets all over or feel like you're spraying yourself with a garden hose. This is fabulous. So it's the e.l.f. Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. It's a light green color. I don't know what it is in my camera because the lights just change everything, and I got a red background here. I don't know what the heck that's going to do to me, but I'll probably be light blue throughout this. And again, YouTube lightens up the videos when they process them for viewing. So, I mean, when I'm filming this, I've got the lighting just perfect. Maybe I should go dark, you know, go darker, so that when they process it, it'll be just right. I don't know. But I've noticed it with other YouTubers too. I'm seeing their skin tones seem very, very bright. But that's not us. It's not on us. So, e.l.f. Micro Mist. That's great. Face spray. Let's move into eyes. For eye pencils, this is new to me this year. This is Flower Beauty, and this is a beautiful pencil to line under your eyes with. It's just a gorgeous kind of bronzy color. It stays all day. It's got a little bit of light catching shimmer to it. It's not too dark. I don't like to have anything too dark under my eyes, although sometimes I think with the lighting and everything else, it may look like I have, like this is shadow, this is the shelf of my face. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like I have eyeliner facing down here, but that's actually the shelf of my eyes. It's an old lady thing. My eyes are, you know, receding into my skull, and this is protruding out. It looks like, yeah, looks like I painted lines there, and I haven't. Just so you know, maybe I should get a facelift. So this is beautiful. Let me just get the color on this because I really like this. It's gorgeous. Smoky Topaz. Smoky Topaz, and it certainly is. It's beautiful. And you can, although it stays really well, you can blend it out just a little bit. I waited too long to, but it stays really well. And Flower Beauty had some really good products. I didn't like their concealer, and I had tried it early on, and I had returned it and forgot to even review it on my channel because I returned it so quickly. I mean, it settled. It didn't look good at all. I was like, who likes this? And a lot of people do. And it even made some people's best of the year. I'm like, they must have completely different skin than me, because I tell you, I didn't like a thing about it. It grabbed onto the dry patches. It went into the lines. It settled. And you know, after like an hour, I had to kind of swoosh it up because it had settled in those outdoor lines here, these outdoor lines. I was like, this is a terrible concealer. So I didn't like the Flower Beauty concealer at all, but I do like this pencil, so I don't want to keep throwing shade at people. Now, an eye product that really blew me away was this one, and this is the Exhibition. I saved this because I think it might be a limited edition, which I hope it's not because it's so good. This is the Exhibitionist Kelsey Ballerini. This is a shimmering eyeshadow, and I have it on right now. It looks like glass on your eyes. It's so pretty. Oh my god. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but let me just show you. This is Steal a Kitten. It really is. Actually, I think it's better than Steal a Kitten. Let's see if I can get it with this brightness here. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful on, and it's hard to show it here and have it give it any kind of credit for how good it is. It's just beautiful. I don't know if I can add some here. This is just one of the most beautiful liquid eyeshadows I have ever used. It's absolutely stunning. And I know it's very shimmery, and people say, oh, when you're old you shouldn't have shimmery eyeshadow on. Well, this just makes your eyes look beautiful, like you're in this dewy fantasy world, you know. Dewy eyes. It's like what you want your eye makeup to look like. Now in the brow area, I thought this was hilarious. This is Essence's dupe of NYX's brow wow, I think. I don't know. And NYX was copying, I don't know if it was Benefit or Anastasia. So this is like a third removed copycat. And Essence's is only like $4.99 or something. So this is really neat. I did my brows with this today. I think it works really nicely. This is the lightest shade. And it just, you can color. And it also makes your brows stand up, but to really make them stand up, I love this e.l.f. and this is the Brow Lift. And it's a clear gel, and you think, what the heck can this do? And I bend my brow brush sideways so I can just dab it in there. And then once you stick it up here, it gives you that feathered look that everybody has. Our generation, it's hard for us to have this because we shaved our eyebrows in the 70s for disco. I did. I mean, I used to call my mother had beautiful eyebrows, and I called them caveman eyebrows because I used to shave mine almost off. I had this tiny little line, almost like a 1930s actress. And yeah. One other liner that I love to use, and this is something that has been with me for a while. This is the Milani Stay Put eyeliner, the black one. It has a sponge on one side in case you want to smear it around, and on this side it's a retractable. I use this in my waterline. Some of it does transfer by the end of a very long day, but if you keep it closer to your lashes and less close to your eyeballs, it lasts all day and it looks really nice. Milani, and this is the Stay Put eyeliner. There is a phenomena this year I noticed. It was probably late summer this started up. It's nothing really new, but it is new to these brands and these particular versions of their mascara. But colored mascara was really popular, so I jumped right on it, you know, and these two were really good. For colored mascaras, I really enjoyed them. And this one especially surprised me. This is the CoverGirl Cleantopia in Aquamarine. And Aquamarine is a bluish black shade. And it goes on so well. It gives me nice big honkin' lashes. Let me put this on a white napkin so you can see the color. On your eyes, it looks like a soft black, but this is the Aquamarine from CoverGirl. Really nice case on this. I hope you can see there's detailing here. It feels good in the hand. It's really nice. But this is the color. It's not black. It's not blue. It's not like a royal blue. It's a very tasteful shade. So people don't even notice you're wearing a blue mascara until you go out in the sunlight. When I do the car test, you know, if there's sunlight, I'll look in the car mirror and I'm like, yeah, I guess I could see it's kind of blue, but it looks like a grayish black color. So I would say this is close to a normal mascara as you can get. It lasts really well. If you rub your eyes a lot, you will get some flaking, but I thought that this was a wonderful mascara in the genre of colors, which, yeah, why not try it, you know, because it's supposed to bring out, you know, colors in your skin tone and everything else when you wear a color like this. And now this is what really intrigued me. This is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, and this is the maroon shade, I think. It's a dark maroon cranberry color. Let me see what they're calling it. Burgundy Haze. This is the Last Sensational Sky High Mascara. It's got a nice flexi wand. Now this one looks more like a brown when it's on, and I'm actually wearing it now. It looks more like a dark brown with a slight berry tone to it. Let me just show you this color. And it is a flexi wand. It is a really nice wand to that. It does make a really good big honkin' lash. Let me show you. This is the shade here. It really reacts on your eyes like a brown would. I mean, it's really like a dark brown mascara. And there is a little bit of a berry tone to it. I think it's really, really pretty, and it's your usual Sky High formula, which is good anyway. So I thought this was a great new mascara to try this year. And between the two of them with the colors, I thought it was quite unique and novel, and it added something to my collection. So I give a stamp of approval to this one. I thought it was pretty good. Now for black mascara, that's another story. This came the closest to hitting my Thrive Cosmetics. You know, this is my Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This is my golden doodle there. This is Heimish. Heimish is an Amazon brand. They're out of Korea, I believe. They do have skincare. I have tried other products from them. I tried their BB cream. I don't know if I still have it. I don't. I decluttered it. The Heimish mascara, this is the closest thing you're going to find to Thrive Cosmetics. It's got a beautiful wand, slight bend to it. You would do it with the frown. Make sure the frown is showing, and then you would go up. It gives you big, big honkin' lashes. This is the best mascara for a very low price. It ranges in price between $11 and $14 on Amazon. Sometimes they'll have it on sale. I have the black. I really like this, and I use this all year long. In fact, this is the second one this year. And I have so many mascaras that I try. Let's see what I've got here. Yeah, I've got a Lancome here. I have a waterproof here from the Aldi makeup, and I have, this is the Super Fake False Lash Effect mascara from Lottie London. I mean, and this Lottie London one was very good also, but I found in the really extreme heat, this one left little dings on my upper lid, and that's a no-no for me. The waterproof mascara from the Aldi brand La Cura, it's wonderful, but again, you know, I told people about it last week, and several people went, and their Aldi's only had maybe a couple of eye palettes left, maybe one concealer in shade 7. You know, there was nothing. So I can't really recommend these mascaras, and there's an elusive set of mascaras that I didn't see in any stores, and nobody talked about it. Nobody seemed to find it. It's I think it's supposed to be a dupe for the Thrive Cosmetics. And that's what this is, and you can't find it anywhere, and it's not in any stores. I went to seven Aldis. I'm going to go to an 8th during Christmas weekend because I'm going to a new area on Christmas weekend. So I'll go to an 8th store, but by now most everything in the makeup is gone. And you know, it was kind of funny. I found, when I was going through to make my holiday letter, I found a picture of me holding up 2 of the eyeshadow palettes last February. So I did review this last year, and they had the one back then, which is supposed to be like the Urban Decay Naked One palette. And I decluttered those. And it's like, oh my God, I did have, and I had a Nectar too. And I didn't like Nectar back then either. It's like, and here it is again. So anyway, long story short, the Heimish mascara is the best, is absolutely the best. There's no, there's nothing that comes close to this for being the perfect substitute for Thrive Cosmetics. This is just fabulous, fabulous. I have a warm, a cool, and an all-around. I could not just say one. There's just, I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's not within the soul here. For the warm palette, and again, it's an older one. This is the Ultimate Warm Neutrals from NYX. I have a picture of myself wearing a warm eye look that I took from this. This is a good everyday palette if you have, you know, a bunch of palettes and you just need something real quick, just grab this and you can pull any eye look from this. It does have some slight shimmers in it, but it's mostly a matte palette with a little bit of shimmer, not anything that's like these glassy liquid shadows. But I mean, you can do a really pretty eye. You can really, you know, vamp it up if you want to, or you can do just a general everyday thing, which is really nice. So the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutrals is my winning palette for warm palette or neutral warm palette. This is fabulous. Good quality. The shadows last all day, and there's a really good assortment. And I think you'll see where I dipped in. You can see where I dipped in and dug into these colors. So I use this palette a lot. I use it a lot. And this is the second one of these that I've owned. The one I got when it first came out, I used that till I got to pan, and then I decluttered it. For cool palette. It is ColourPop's Stone Cold Fox. I'm sorry, I'd like to be a little more creative and original about it, but you can't beat this because of the assortment of shades, because of the variety of neutral and cool tones here. You can create, again, another everyday eye. You can, you've got some shimmers in here. You got a little, this pop of light blue is really, really pretty. It adds a very dressy, going out to dance look to it. You've got your basic neutrals. You've got light shades. You've got, you know, just a little of everything. You can go a little bit rosy if you'd like as well. I just think it's wonderful. And you've got your dark brown and your black for mixing and getting dark into the corners or lining. So this is like the perfect neutral to cool palette. So it is the Stone Cold Fox from ColourPop, and it's got my fingerprints all over it. Best all around palette. I'm going to disappoint you again because it's one that has won in the past for me, and I can't find another palette that has taken its place. In the drugstore price range, this thing can be around $10, and sometimes they sell it for $12 with a full set of brushes. It's an Amazon product. This is the You Can Be Exotic Flavors palette. This has everything in it. This has, if you look across here, you've got your neutrals, all your browns, you can do your basics. Then you've got your orangey yellows, you've got your pinks and reds, you've got your bright sunflower yellows and golds, you've got your greens, your purples, your blues, and then you've got neons. Now I wouldn't use every single color in this palette, but the fact that they have different formulations, some are slight shimmers. This is a really pretty light shimmer satin green. I mean, it's just, let me just put it right here. I don't know if it's going to show up, but you can just add anything to your look. Just a touch in the color bar, which I call the color bar. So now I've just sort of made my look a little bit. And I don't like to use glitters, but if you spray these with like a fixing spray and then adhere them, you will find that you get a beautiful, very, very dressy eye. I don't like to use glitters. This holds them in place. And you know, you've got colors in here that will complement any outfit for any situation. I use this all the time. You'll see I've dipped into a lot of these colors. You'll see there's my little dippy marks from my brush. In autumn, in winter, in spring, in summer, you can find something in this palette, and it's, you know, around the $11, $12 mark. You know, forget the Natasha Denona stuff. This, you can do everything with this. It's called Exotic Flavors from You Can Be. You Can Be is the name of the company. They also make other palettes as well. I don't know if I recommend a lot of their other products. I just know that I love these eyeshadows, and I think they're pigmented. They last a long time. There's such a variety of colors here. This is perfect palette all around. For lashes, I am wearing some generic Amazon strip lashes. I used the, this is the Kish. I kept the box so I remember. The Lash Couture Strip Lash Adhesive. And what I do is I will take this and I will just paint across my lid, my lash line. And then I will take the lash and just set it on top and press it on either end, and then press it with both hands and hold it until it's dry, and it stays all day until I'm ready to take it off. Now you may want to use some micellar water on a Q-tip to go over it first, and then you can gently pull it off, or you can soak it with a hot cloth, a hot water cloth, soak it a little bit, and then it'll come off without ripping off your lashes. But it works really well. This one is very strong. I think that's blueberry or some other weird thing in it. I don't really care about the skincare in a lash adhesive, but this works so well, and it holds everything really nicely. I have strip lashes on, not just the individuals, but I do love using these individual lashes. I like the shorts and the mediums. I don't like the longs. The longs are a little too spidery, but the mediums and the shorts are perfect for just on the edges. If you're just going to do that, just paint on your actual lash line, and then you can use this little thing, pull this in, and just literally set it in there and press it down, and it stays until you want to take it out. So I love the individual lashes, and I love the strip lashes, but I just get cheapo strip lashes from Amazon. I make sure the band is very thin or non-existent, and you can hardly see it, and it works fine. I cut them in half a lot of times so I can put one over on this end and one on this end, and they work great. So this is the Lash Couture from Kiss, and right now I think CVS has, if you buy Kiss products that go over $12 or something, I think you get $4 in extra bucks, so you can get some money off on that, and I love that. That's just really nice. So that is the Kiss Lash Glue. For liquid liner, I use that when I have false lashes on. I like to use a liquid liner, and for my drugstore version, this is the breakup proof. This is from Wet n Wild. It's a breakup proof. I haven't tried the mascara from this, but I haven't had a whole lot of luck with Wet n Wild mascaras. So I'm not sure, you know, if that's gonna fly. But I do like this liquid liner. It feels just like the tattoo liner from KVD Beauty. And I am looking for a replacement for that. This is very inexpensive. You can make a very thin line or a very thick line, and it's not jittery. It's a really nice, and you can see that eyeshadow color right next to it. So pretty. Oh my gosh, that's that CoverGirl one. But you can see it. It's a very thin line. Now this is more of a soft black look. It's not a deep black look. Some people like a really deep, harsh black straight line that they can wing up. But I like a softer look, and this is a beautiful soft look. You can still make it thin and wing it up if you wish. With me, I have to kind of go straight up, or else, you know, everything looks stupid on an older person when they try to wing straight out because their eyes droop, and it just looks like this weird line in the middle of nowhere. So, so Wet n Wild. This is the breakup proof, waterproof liquid eyeliner. All right, we're going into lips now. I know you're excited. I'm excited. I love doing these. These are my favorite videos to make, these best of the years, because I can kind of relax and just look at what I have. I don't have to buy anything, or just look at what I have and say, yeah, I like that. It's kind of a tie for the lip liner because I've always loved the LA Girl lip liners. There's the ultimate ones, and then there's some that you sharpen, and there's some that are twisties. And I like both versions of them. So it's up to you how you want to. I believe the way you can tell the difference is that the automatic ones that are retractable have the slant tip, and then the regular pencil ones have the flat on the top, and these usually cost a little bit less, 50 cents less maybe. They're both good. I don't mind sharpening a pencil to get a good line. These colors are great. Let's see, this is a basic natural and a basic bare nude kind of color. Let me just check here. Blushing is the color for the pencil one, and this is the Ultimate Intense, and this is Non-Stop Nude, which, you know, it's less pink, it's more nudie nude. And these are tied really. NYX always has great lip pencils, and this one is the Peekaboo Neutral shade. There is, you know, they have just such a great natural lip. Your Lip But Better shade. And I think between NYX and LA Girl, you don't need to buy high-end lip pencils. You don't. It just looks perfect. These are great. And if you can find something in the drugstore that works so well, why are you spending so much money on, you know, a high-end brand? And I think there's only one that I would do that with, and I will talk about it when I do my high-end favorites. But for lip pencils, it's LA Girl and NYX. So 2023 was the year of the lip oil, and I didn't really jump on it too much because they're not very pigmented and my lips are very pale, so I like to have a little bit of color on my lips, and these lip oils really just add a bit of shine. So you kind of have to use another product with them, and I thought, why, you know, since I have like lip moisturizers and chapsticks and stuff, do I need to do this? You know, everybody went nuts over these, so I did have to try this. This is the Raspberry Peach Milani lip oil, which I think I like better than the e.l.f. ones. And the reason is I think my lips feel more hydrated with the Milani one than with the e.l.f. one. So I wanted to demonstrate those to show you that, yeah, I did try them. They're nice, but I think the Milani really is the winner for the year. It's really not, it doesn't stick together. Your lips look and feel great. There's a teeny bit of color in there, but not enough that you can replace lipstick or lip gloss that has more pigment in it. But I think this is nice. This is really, really nice. And Milani did a good job. The lip oil craze, this was my favorite in the lip oils. I had an old school favorite that I had to bring back because I was like, geez, I used to love these. And this is if you have a serious event going on that you cannot touch up your makeup, you cannot really get away to change it out. This is the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Color in Timeless Toffee. This was my favorite, I don't know, 5 years ago. I put it in as my favorite lipstick of all time. And they still make it, and it's still good, but it does dry your lips out if you can't wear it every day. It's something for an event. So I'm gonna call this my event lipstick. This is what I would wear to an event that I can't get away to touch up my lipstick, and I want confidence to know if I eat a meal or something like that, that it's gonna stay put. This concept of these super stays are that you, and it's a stinking pretty color too, my lumpy hand here. You put the color on from one end and you let it dry on your lips. This is Timeless Toffee. And once it's dry, you turn it over and there's like a gloss that you put over the top. I'm just going to put it underneath it. And the gloss seals in the color and gives it a moist, glossy look to it. So it's just beautiful. If you were painting, this is kind of like the gloss overspray. But I mean, this stays through any event, through a Christmas party, through a wedding, through anything. Hot summer, cold winter, anything. It stays on your mouth. And as long as you only use it once in a while, it does not hurt your lips to wear it. If you tried to wear it every single day, you would probably get some dryness in your lips. It would get chapped. But I mean, when you're ready to take this off at the end of the night, that's when it comes off. It's that good. And it is the Maybelline Super Stay in Timeless Toffee. That's my favorite color. I think it's a beautiful shade. I'm going to put other things on my lips, so I can't put it on now, but basically you've got the idea. It's a very pretty natural shade. Your lips, but way much better. And it lasts all day. Because my lips have gotten so pale and smaller, and you know, as you get older, these things it's just biology. It's not a crime, it's just biology. So the 24-hour Super Stay in Timeless Toffee is my best event lipstick, and I had to have a category for that because this doesn't fit into anything else. Now, lip crayons, I guess I should have a category in lip crayons, and I love this. I've had this since February. I think I wore it on my birthday. This is the Revlon Color Stay, and this is the matte. Is it really matte? Wow. Matte lip crayon. This is Tread Lightly is the color, and I just want to show, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Absolutely. I always put a gloss over my lipstick anyway, so the fact that it's matte, it lasts a long time. It does have that little bit of scent to it that Revlon products can get sometime, but this is a beautiful all day. You can wear it to work, you can wear it out. This is a great product. This is in the shade Tread Lightly, which is the lightest in this crayon thing. It's still deep for the lightest shade, it's deep. I think it's Tread Lightly is the name of the shade. It doesn't say anywhere on it, of course. You know, when you peel off the outside wrapping, it takes the name of it off. So I hate that when it's not on the package. Anyway, Tread Lightly from Revlon Color Stay, the matte lip crayon. This is wonderful. Even on chapped lips, it looks fabulous. I'm bringing back 3 old schools. I haven't talked about these in a long time, and I think it was 2014 when they first came out that I was talking about them. This is the Burt's Bees. Do you remember the Burt's Bees? And they have a little beehive kind of design on their on the case. It's so cute. But these are the liquid cream lipsticks. They're liquid cream lipsticks. I don't know how else to describe them. Absolutely beautiful. Sunset Cruise, and what is the other one called? Sunrise Cruise and Coral Cove. All right, let me just and just so you know, this is the Timeless Toffee after I wiped it off with my soda water. Yep, that lasts. Yep. With my cellar water, it's still not coming off. So I'm not kidding, that Timeless Toffee lasts. Okay, so we have Coral Cove is the kind of the more redder color, and the Sunrise Cruise is the kind of lighter shade. So let me just show you what they look like because they're so pretty. Now there is a honey smell to these. This is Coral Cove. Coral Cove from Burt's Bees, and then this one is Sunrise Cruise. This is my favorite right now, actually. And this is Sunrise Cruise from Burt's Bees. And I'm going to put it on just so you can see how lovely it is. Sunrise Cruise. This feels like a tube lipstick with a creamier base to it. It's really pretty. Sunset Cruise, Sunrise Cruise. Why do I call it Sunset Cruise? From Burt's Bees. So both of these are beautiful. Coral Cove and Sunrise Cruise are the two colors that I would totally recommend from that line. Here's another old school thing, and I love these. These are Wet n Wild. These are $1 at Walmart. They're $1.49 in CVS. Do you remember these? How wonderful these are? I'm going to put one on. It's my favorite from this line. This is called Sunset Peach. It was my favorite lipstick for several years. I got away from it because, like everybody else on YouTube, I was doing the newest, greatest, latest. Sunset Peach. And I think my only complaint was that this has a slanted, scooped down case. But it's a very pretty, brighter without looking too red or pink. It's a very pretty, all around pretty shade. It's a dress up shade. And it's $1 at Walmart. Peach, Sunset Peach. Sunset, that's probably where I got the sunset for the other one. The other one just makes your lips look stunning, is this color, and this is called Secret Muse. Secret Muse. Secret Muse is a kind of a pink natural tone. This glistens in the sunlight and your lips look fabulous. I mean, your lips look like velvet in the sunlight. And I don't care if you have chapped lips, if you have large lips, small lips, this is a perfect lipstick. Secret Muse. It gives you color, it looks natural, it's just gorgeous on outside. It's hard to describe. I'll try to put a picture up here of me in the sunlight with this on so you can see how it changes in the sunlight, how pretty it is. But the feel of it is so nice. It's just, I don't know if they changed the formulation for this one shade, but it just feels so special on the lips. It feels very high-end, it looks high-end, it wears beautifully. And for kind of the plain nude shades, this one is called Java. And I'm just going to put it here for you so you can see. It's just kind of a beautiful autumn shade, a nudie shade for autumn. Java. And this last one is a fun shade when you're wearing like a pink blouse or something like that. This is a kind of a magenta purple shade, slight twist to it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but I call it my fun shade. And again, if you don't get it just right, it won't click on there right. This is called Fuchsia with Blue Pearl. fuchsia with blue pearl. And there is a little bit of a shift to it, but it's not severe. There's another one that's got more of a blue shift look to it. Another one of these. So those are my kind of old school. Now my classic Revlons. I mean, you can't not have Revlon as your favorite drugstore lipstick. I mean, really. Rich Girl Red is new to me this year. This is my favorite red lipstick. It's a very subtle red. Let me put that on because I am wearing kind of a reddish holiday thing. Rich Girl Red. There is kind of a luxury look to this particular shade. It's not a strong bold red. It's a subtle red, if there's such a thing. It's a subtle red. It's called Rich Girl Red from Revlon. This is my red lipstick of the year. I absolutely love this. It's beautiful. For lip glosses, I have 3 from one brand, but I don't want to not bring up the other brand because I wore it a lot this year. But Essence has, they have 2 different styles in their line of lip glosses. One is the Extreme Care, which is hydrating lip gloss, and the other one is Extreme Shine, which, you know, it's beautiful. The Extreme Care doesn't stick together. There's no traps of spider lines, you know, no spider webs on your lips. It goes on beautifully. It's moisturizing without being sticky, and I think the not being sticky thing is so good. Plus with the Care, these 2 are the Care lip glosses. They have skincare ingredients in them to help your lips heal from whatever's wrong with them. And you can see there's a lot of beautiful shine that it added to, even though it was Rich Girl Red underneath. It added a beautiful shine to it. The Lifter Gloss in Reef is it's almost like a liquid lipstick because it's so pigmented on the lips. Plus you get that shine. It doesn't have the staying power of the Essence ones, but I wear it all the time. I put it on a lot when I don't really have time to decide what lipstick to do. But Reef is one of my favorite from the Lifter Gloss line from Maybelline. And these have the slight kind of coconutty scent to them. Some people don't like that. So definitely you would want to go with the Essence glosses there. So those were the glosses. Last but not least, the nails. For my base coat and overcoat, I love the Sally Hansen Double Duty. It's a clear coating. It's really nice. Once you have your nails cleaned and you know you've got the quick down, you've got your cuticle pushed back and all that stuff, a layer of this first will protect your nail from getting the stains from the lipsticks. Now these are all from the same brand, and they are my favorite nail polishes. I am wearing, right now I'm wearing the shade Bubbly, and this is LA Colors. Yes, that one. LA Colors from Family Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, the metallic ones. It's the gel versions and the metallics. So, and the Hypno one is a duochrome. It's duo from pink to orange. That's the Hypno line, and those are metallic as well. But the gel ones and the metallic ones, you can't beat these. Oh my gosh, they are so pretty, especially for the holidays. Again, I've got Bubbly on my hands right now. They last really well, and especially if you put a top coat of this over the top, you don't have to worry about redoing your nails. Dashing Diva Gloss. they have these beautiful press-on nail wraps. You basically peel them off, you stick them on your nail, and then you fold them over the thing, and you can snap them off and then just tuck underneath your nail, and you've got it there, and it stays on for a good week and a half, 2 weeks. They have some beautiful designs for dressing up. I use these for going out kind of stuff. I don't use them on a daily basis. I will use my cheapy $1 to $1.99 LA Colors nail polishes. They work better than Essie, they work better than OPI. But I think we've pretty much covered all the bases here. I will have a separate video for my luxury and high-end makeup choices. I'll also have a hair care and skin care and makeup tools video, and also a lifestyle products video, which is my favorite stuff that enhanced my life this year. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was an awful lot of fun trying to decide what my favorites would be, but it really was easy because your favorites are your favorites, right? I'm not sponsored by anybody. I always give my own opinion, and I get sent a lot of stuff, and you very rarely see that. None of this stuff today was sent to me. So, and I do have some things that were sent to me that should have been in these, but I didn't like them enough. So, okay, everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday month, and I wish you good health and happiness. Take care. Play safe. Toodles. Are we back to these? Well, you know, I think in the drugstore, probably, yeah. Drugstore and the grocery store, probably not a bad idea. And it's not just a COVID thing. I think it's colds and pneumonia and, you know, crap that kids cough. You see them, and you're right next to them in line. You're like, I'm getting all those germs. I'm getting all that bacteria. You know, you're trying to hold your breath when you're walking by them, you know. So, yeah, I guess masks, you can do this again.